On Valentine's Day, I received a photo of my boyfriend, Bob Wright, and his childhood sweetheart, Lucy Nash, enjoying a candlelit dinner with a sparkling diamond ring on the table. Then Lucy sent a message, "Scarlett, your boyfriend is so sweet. He even brushed his teeth before kissing." Instead of making a scene, I posted the photo on Instagram with the caption, "Let's wish this couple a happy new life." After posting the post, I threw all the delicious food I had prepared for Valentine's Day into the trash and booked a hotel room to spend the night alone. The next morning, I turned on my phone and found that it was bombarded with missed calls and messages from Bob. He sent a message in a rage, "Scarlett Harper, are you crazy? How dare you post such a post on Instagram and ruin the reputation of Lucy and me? Lucy is just my friend. She was upset and cried yesterday because of her colleagues. I just went to accompany her and worried about her. Why do you always misunderstand us? Be rational, okay?" I looked at him for a few seconds, blocked him directly, deleted the message, and called my dad back. My dad didn't sleep all night, and the first thing he said when he answered the phone was to ask me if the photos I posted yesterday were real. I told him everything about Bob and Lucy. He was silent for a few seconds and said in a hoarse voice, "Kid, you did the right thing. You have been wronged in the past 5 years." I felt a pang of pain in my heart, and I tried hard to suppress the bitterness. My dad was right. Bob and I have been dating for more than 5 years. We started dating in our sophomore year and had planned to get married this year. Before that, Bob and Lucy had been dating for 8 years. They broke up in their freshman year, and Lucy soon found a rich second-generation man. Half a year later, someone at school broke the news that Lucy was dumped because of infertility. Since then, she has been pestering Bob and interfering in our relationship in the name of friends until today. Every time I get angry about their ambiguous behavior, Lucy will provoke me. "Scarlett, if I really want to be with Bob, do you think you can still be his girlfriend? She can be so arrogant because of Bob's indulgence. But now, I can't stand it anymore, so I just help them." Bob disappeared for several days in a row, which finally gave me a moment of peace. Just after my birthday, I received a strange phone call. "Scarlett, wait for me after get off work today. I will pick you up for dinner." Hearing that familiar and gentle voice, I was in a trance for a few seconds, and then smiled and refused. "Mr. Wright, we have broken up, remember? Stop it. I have already given in. What else do you want?" Bob's voice on the other end of the phone has begun to be impatient. Every time after flirting with Lucy, he would disappear when I was angry, leaving me alone and sad. A few days later, he would come to me as if nothing had happened. I always deceived myself and forgave him again and again. Now that I calm down and think about it, it is really ridiculous. The contract for the house expires next week, and I won't renew it. You can come and take your things away. Are you crazy? Where should I live then? Whatever, it's none of my business. After saying that, I hung up the phone. In order to prevent Bob from calling again, I blocked his new number. Not long after, he sent a message, "You usually get off work at 6 o'clock. I will wait for you downstairs of your company. Don't think too much. Lucy is just my friend." Although I got off work at 6 o'clock, I waited until 10 o'clock in the evening before leaving the company. I just wanted to settle accounts with Bob completely after this breakup. I did waste my youth, but I can't waste money anymore. When I waited until 10 o'clock, Bob still didn't show up, so I had to take a taxi home. At this time, my best friend Lisa sent me a screenshot. "Scarlett, look at this bitch. She is really addicted. She specializes in seducing men. So shameless." I clicked on the screenshot. It was a photo Lucy sent an hour ago. In the photo, Bob lowered his head to cook, and Lucy wrote, "Men who can cook are so handsome, so manly." I replied slowly, "That's good. I hope they can be together forever." Lisa suddenly changed the subject and sent a few messages. "Scarlett, I have a hot news for you. My new colleague is Lucy's college roommate. She gossiped to me today, saying that Lucy's infertility is not due to physical reasons, but because she had multiple miscarriages. The rich second generation broke up with her because he disliked her. Guess how many times she cheated when she was with Bob?" I sneered and replied, "Bob has a girlfriend and is still entangled with his ex-girlfriend. He deserves to be cheated. TSK. You are right. These two are really a perfect match. Scarlett, you are lucky to be able to see him clearly before getting married." The doorbell rang just after the takeaway was delivered. It was Bob who came back with Lucy. I don't know how many times he has brought her back like this. I would have gone crazy and made a scene before, but now I just think they are a perfect match. Bob looked at me eating the takeaway, with a trace of guilt on his face. "Lucy had a stomachache today, so I made soup for her. You know, her health is not as good as yours." "Yeah, I tell you, you misunderstood us." Bob was about to explain, but Lucy bit her lip and added fuel to the fire. "Scarlett is so lucky. Bob, you have been cooking for her for the past 5 years, but even though you treat her so well, she is still not satisfied." I glanced at Lucy sideways. Her expression was innocent and envious, but her eyes were full of arrogance. Sure enough, Bob's expression changed instantly. "Enough, stop it." I sneered and looked at Bob coldly. Lucy complained that Bob was nice to me, but in fact, Bob only cooked for me once a month at most. He cooked today just because he felt guilty about me after I exposed his affair with Lucy. Moreover, I have been responsible for most of our expenses in the past few years. I understand that it is not easy for him to make money, but he saved money to buy a diamond ring for Lucy. Thinking of this, I took out a bill from my bag and handed it to Bob. "You'd better transfer the money to me within a week." Bob looked at the bill. His eyes were flustered, and he said anxiously, I said, "You misunderstood the relationship between Lucy and me." "Well, no need to explain. I believe you, and everyone believes it too." "Why, Scarlett, why are you making trouble again?" I silently picked up the takeaway, walked into the room and locked the door. Bob kept cursing outside the door. At the same time, Lucy's words made me more and more disgusted. Scarlett's temper is getting worse and worse. "Bob, I really feel sorry for you. Forget it. She dare not leave me." Lucy's voice was full of pride. "Bob, let's go to KTV and sing a song for me." "Okay." With the sound of the door closing, I finally regained my composure. The next day was a day off, and Bob didn't go home all night. I received a call from my former boss Anna. "Scarlett, I opened a new branch near your parents' home. You can consider whether to come to work for me. If you agree, I can give you an annual salary of $600,000, which is twice your current salary." After a pause, Anna couldn't help but complain, "I'm very good at judging people. Believe it or not, your boyfriend is a jerk. Don't let him drag you down." Anna. Okay, great, Anna said excitedly. Although you are young and inexperienced, you are capable and calm. Work hard. I won't treat you unfairly. Thank you, Anna. Anna is the one who helped me with my career. Now I see Bob's true nature and decide to seize this opportunity. After hanging up the phone, I immediately told my parents the good news. Honey, you are great. Come home quickly and we will celebrate for you. Thinking of how I neglected my family over the years, I felt sad. After graduation, I followed Bob to this city despite my parents' objection. In the past 5 years, he has been almost everything in my life. He has a bad stomach, so I often cook for him to nourish his stomach. His salary is not as high as mine, so I transfer money to him from time to time. Even when he encounters troubles at work, I will help him solve them. But in the end, he used me again and again, and even got worse. Now, I just want to do a good job in my career and live for myself. The next day, I submitted my resignation application to my leader. The leader tried to keep me, but I was determined to leave. He had to organize a department dinner in the evening to see me off. At 11 o'clock in the evening, I returned to the door of my house and heard noisy sounds and deafening music coming from the living room. I frowned and took out the key to open the door. The scene in front of me made me even more angry. The living room I had carefully decorated was now a mess, and the originally clean floor was covered with ribbons. There were more than a dozen people sitting on the sofa, some of whom were Bob's friends, and some were strange girls brought by Lucy. There was a particularly eye-catching banner hanging on the wall of the living room. Happy birthday to my Princess Lucy. It turned out that they were having a birthday party at my house. Seeing me come back, Lucy put on an innocent look and took Bob's hand. Bob, Scarlett won't be angry, right? Wasn't she very tolerant of you before? Why is she so stingy now? Bob's face was gloomy, and he accused me unhappily. Today is Lucy's birthday. In order to save money, she invited everyone to our house for a party. Now everyone is having a good time. Stop it. Go back to your room first. I walked up to the two of them, and the people around them tactfully stepped back. There were only 3 of us left in the middle of the living room. I took out the bill with a smile and slammed it in Bob's face. Mr. Wright, you have 2 choices. First, pay me back the money I spent on you in the past 5 years, including the rent, a total of $150,000, and get out with your new girlfriend. Second, I will lock the door and call the police to report you for trespassing. As soon as I finished speaking, Bob's friends looked at him in surprise. Isn't Bob's monthly salary more than $20,000? Why is the rent paid by Scarlett?